What's up, guys? I decided to give y'all 2 videos back to back, man. So this is part 2. If you didn't watch part 1 and you just now stay tuning in part 2, go back. What the heck is you on part 1 or part 2 for? Like, go back, man. You need to go watch part 1. But anyways, I wanted to make a part 2 because it's a lot of stuff that's been happening in my life that I did not get to explain in the first video. Okay, the first thing is, I'm now a supervisor. A lot of people are like, really? Supervisor? Does that mean much? No, it doesn't mean much, but that just means, I'm leveling up within my company and I'm making a little more. But, if anybody knows Michigan taxes, knows that, like, if it's just $1 raise, $2 raise, it's basically still the same thing that you was making from the get-go. It's just a higher tax at the end of the year. Refund check at the end of the year. So today, we want to be talking about what's been going on with me and my best friend, which is no longer my friend anymore. Okay, so I want to tell y'all first, I wasn't being truly honest. Get down, boy. Get off my car. My little bad dog, man. Sorry about that, guys. But I want to tell you first that she wasn't just a best friend. Like, she really used to be my ex-girlfriend. And then, like, we tried, because we was best friends before we was in a relationship. We tried to at least, keep the best friend relationship regardless of what all we went through in the ex little situation and after the breakup. And we went through a lot, man. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like, I almost lost my life over this female in the summertime. And it wasn't even me trying to chase after the girl. It's because she gave some dude my address, and he ended up just kept doing subliminal stuff on Instagram and Facebook, and thought I wasn't going to respond to it.
Yo, what's good, B? So I see y'all niggas like to rep all these little gangs on Facebook and shit, try to act like a little thug and shit on Facebook. Let me tell y'all something. A real thug don't stay jacking shit on Facebook. They don't stay at home typing shit on the computer and all that bullshit. They out on the corner. They low key. They're not over here fucking advertising that they're a thug. They're not advertising that they deal drugs. They outside, they on the corner to see who they could catch slipping to rob them, or to see who they could catch slipping so that they could sell them some shit. Y'all niggas want to stay on Facebook, jacking on these gangs, all this bullshit with your fucking hand signs, all this bullshit, putting all these stupid ass initials that I never fucking heard of. Fuck your unknown gang, nigga. Fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck your cats. Fuck your dog. Fuck you. Fuck your mother. Fuck your grandfather. Fuck your great aunt, nigga. Fuck your god sister. I teabagged that bitch last week, nigga. Getting tired of your FB thug, son. That don't say much, and since I don't say much, y'all wanna be like, oh, this nigga pussy, he copping the plea, or oh, he don't want it. The fuck out of here, son. As a martial artist, I know to keep my fucking mouth closed. I ain't saying shit,
but
son.
Me as my character, I'm like a hardcore dude. Maybe the first couple times, I just shit on my lip. Maybe the first couple times, I'll let something like that slide. But when I keep seeing stuff on your timeline, and it's about me, and then, like, this is a girl I actually loved and cared about, and then she got me jumped, all type of stuff, and I didn't even get, the crazy part is the guys didn't even touch me. They didn't even get a chance to touch me. Like, we was in the middle of Finkel and Greenfield. In the middle of the summertime, the day after the 4th of July, fighting on the middle of Finkel and Greenfield, and they didn't even touch me. I beat the shit out of him and his friend. So then I ended up seeing the guy again on another occasion, and I was like, shoot me my ones for that weak ass jump that you did. And I ended up seeing him again, and he ended up trying to shoot at me, but he didn't even hit me. I zigzagged and I zigzagged across the road and hid behind the car. I was laughing at him because I know a guy that's familiar with that gun. He wasn't even familiar with his gun, and second of all, he wasn't even a sharp shooter. Like, cause I am 230 pounds. I am 6'4". How the heck do you miss me? How the heck do you miss me? But it's enough talking about that. But anyways, even past all that, you know, we tried to patch this best friend, you know, the best friend relationship and all this other stuff. But then after a while, you know, us being best friends and, you know, we're still being sexually active and still hanging around each other. I'm like, you know what? This is not me. You know, this is not me. I'm not the type of guy to sleep with different women every night and just not have no goals. That's not me, because my life is too busy and I don't have time to like really be messing with hoes. So like, I wanted to know, like, I wanted to know, like, what is her future plans? You know, like, is we gonna be something again later on in life, or is this it? Like, we're just gonna be best friends for the rest of our lives. So then she was saying that she was working on herself and she wasn't ready for all that, and you know, I respected it at first, but then she was saying like subliminal stuff like, okay, we can eventually, you know, get back on the path that we was on and all this other stuff. But then I started to slowly notice, like, she would tease me about like, oh, I'm single, I'm gonna do this, I'm single, I'm gonna do that. But then she was asking me for Timbs, she was asking me for Timberland boots, and then on top of the Timberland boots, you know, anytime she had a problem, I'm not gonna put her life situation. I hope her life situation. That's one thing I am gonna say. I hope her life situation get better. I'm not gonna talk down on her life situation, but I do pray that it does get better. But she, you know, I helped her through her life situation, and I hated that shit because I even though I helped her out, I was the last one she would call, man. Like, the last person. I wouldn't even be the first person she would call. So, you know, like I said, I was helping her out in her life situation. And, you know, like I said, I spoiled her even when we was in a relationship. Or whatever. I gave her a Michael Kors watch, gave her Jordans. You know, I did everything for her, but she can keep all that. I even bought her mama, you know, silverware and plates and all that stuff, but a whole kitchen set, not really just silverware and plates, like bowls, pots, and all that other stuff. But that's just what I am. When I love somebody, and you know, we on that deep type of level, I care hard. I guess that's because I'm a Virgo. I don't know for sure, but that's just me. I have a good heart when it comes to like somebody I actually love. But I was like, man, I'm not gonna keep tagging along this girl, and she don't know if she want to marry me. She don't know if she want to even live with me. Simpler than that, she don't even know if, you know, she want to be my girl for real. So that's why I just went ahead and just was like, you know, like, I feel like things between me and you is not gonna work. I feel like this is a toxic situation, and I ended up leaving her alone. Sometimes in life, you just have to separate yourself from certain people because they're like a roadblock. They're a roadblock. They're stopping you from getting over that hump to succeeding in life. And I feel like she was my roadblock. She's there spending up my money without me really noticing. And that's another thing I noticed about her. She was a gold digger. Like, even if she wouldn't admit it to this day, I know she was a gold digger for the simple fact, I'm giving your mom $100 every 2 weeks. Even though I'm still giving her $100 every 2 weeks, I was still filling your refrigerator up. Still filling your whole refrigerator up. Regardless, whatever shit I did or whatever to her car, after that situation, I mean, after that situation, she ended up talking to the guy that I ended up getting a lot of altercations with. I told him I was broke and all this other stuff, but I was doing better than her, and I was doing better than her mama. Like, but I was the broke one, and I never understood that. But you know, life is not. So a lot of things is not to be understood, and that's understandable. But like I said, I pray for her family, and I hope everything get better. This is not a video to bash her, even though, I did say a lot of bashful things, but this is not a video to bash her. I still love her, and I hope everything's right in her life. And the reason why, I said I was going to decide to tell you guys was because you're supposed to be like my family. If we're going to really do this vlog stuff, we got to tell the bad, the ugly, and the good. You feel me? We can't just all make it positive. We got to tell the stuff that matters as well.
The best revenge is actually not taking any revenge at all. It's not even holding on to any anger at all. It's moving on with your life. It's showing them that life is so much better after they're gone.
It's easy to blame those that have wronged us for just about everything that is wrong with our life. If it wasn't for them, I would be happier. If it wasn't for them, I would have more money. If they didn't do this, I would be where I want to be. Most people get so caught up in blaming, they continue to blame and sabotage their own life long after the person is gone from their life. Most people hold on to the blame because it's easier than moving on.
Having an excuse or a story of why they aren't where they want to be gets them sympathy from others. The victim role gives them comfort, and it is much easier than taking responsibility and moving on with their life. However, it is not and will never be a happy place to stay. Those who take responsibility for their life and are wanting to move on and put the past behind them are much more likely to gain freedom, success, and happiness. Now, this does not mean there aren't horrible people in the world that have done wrong by others. It is not condoning others' behavior. It is taking back the power they had from you when you are the one suffering long after they are gone. Who wins if you keep blaming them? Who wins if you move on, forget about them, and create the best life and success you could ever imagine? Who wins if you move on? Who wins if you forget about them? Who wins if you create your best ever life, full of success and abundance? You win!
Take back your power. Blame them for what they have done, but don't blame them for what you haven't done. Blame them for what they've done, but bless them for making you stronger, for making you better. Blame them for what they've done, but thank them for showing you exactly what you don't want. You can blame the world for bringing them into your life, but then get grateful for all the lessons it taught you, all the strength it gave you, all the perspective it gave you. Know in your heart, if they knew better, they would do better. Know in your heart, you don't need to take on any other negative energy.
How good does it feel to take that baggage off your shoulders, to focus on building your future? What a blessing. Let go. Move forward. Never look back.
The best revenge is not taking any revenge. It is simply moving on with your life, creating the best version of yourself.
And also on this RMR Rascal, like, he is very gifted, man. You could tell he's from, like, he got like a Tennessee, Kentucky type of style, but the country industry is blackballing him. They deleted his video not because he remastered that song, but because he's a black gangster thug looking dude that tried to do country. Country is a white man's game, man. And then I hate to say that, but it is. That's why you don't see a lot of black people enter into country and become successful, like Tim McGraw, like Billy Ray Cyrus. You don't see too many black people become successful like them, like Chuck Berry did. You feel me? And really, they didn't even want to count Chuck Berry as a country singer. They counted him as a rock and roll singer. Okay. What's up, guys? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, really not 2 no more, but I had to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like 4 something in the morning. I just wanted to let you guys know that I had to quit my job. But when one bad thing happens, another good thing comes away. And I told y'all before that between $15 an hour, don't let nobody ever make you feel like that you have to kiss ass to stay in to sustain that type of money, especially in Michigan. It's too many jobs out here hiring. It's too many jobs out here that you can find that are easy to apply to in Michigan. People just don't know and they just don't apply themselves. Like, I lost a job in less than 24 hours. I found another one. I gotta keep this grind going. I'm renting a house soon. I gotta get my car registered. And once my car registered, I can finally drive it. Well, I can't drive it yet. I still gotta go to driver's training. But after I complete driver's training, I'll be able to whip that boy. Right now, I'm walking to work. I done had to catch 2 goddamn buses to get over here. I'm not ashamed of catching the bus. And that was before the car, and that's after the car. Like, people want to claim that you're broke. Like somebody said, I saw in somebody post the other day. Somebody said that they want to claim that being broke is not having no money. Which I do have money, but it's like people think just because you gotta be broke because you don't have no money. You gotta be broke if you don't have no ambition, no strive. Like I told somebody the other day, you could be a scammer, you could be a drug dealer, but if you don't have no ambition with that money, you don't have no goals, you don't have no focus, and you just buying fancy ass jewelry and clothes like that, you're not gonna succeed nowhere in life. You're not gonna succeed. You're gonna be that. Oh man, I used to have 100,000. Man, I had all the bitches, I had all this and all that, but you ain't applied to nothing. This is a game called life. Cars depreciate. Cars break down. Anything can happen with a car. A car comes and goes. Only thing I care about that will permanently be in my life is property. And that's what I'm eventually about to invest in. I feel like the whole city needs to invest in this. We all need to start buying these dollar properties before all these billionaire companies start doing it. Think about it. You spend $10 on weed, liquor, whatever it is. You can't put $10 on a dollar property. $10 on some dollar property. That's 10 properties. That's 10, and you don't even they could be broke down houses or whatever. You just bought land. You just bought 10 pieces of land. That is significant. So let's say if you ever become rich or anything like that'll be a good investment. Right now I'm in Livonia. I live in the hood, so this is far to me. Especially for a guy that just had to catch a bus early in the morning. But I'm not complaining because I work hard. and I'm gonna keep my money flowing. My boss, he was being very ignorant and being very selfish, so I had to do what I had to do, man. I don't kiss nobody's ass. I don't care what job it is. If it's not a career, then I don't care. I'll find another job. My resume shows that. All right, guys, I'm about to go figure out what site I'm working at today. I talk to you guys later. I'm working for Forge Company. Okay, guys. See you in the next video.
When I got into comedy at 27, I had a turnback moment, man. It was the day I was gonna quit. Because I had enough, man. I was living in this car for 3 years, man. I ain't got no money. And I was gonna call my mom and dad and ask them, could I come home and just stay in the attic for about 4 months till I find a job. My father told me, you can't come back home. Once you leave my daddy's house, you got to figure it out. So I knew it was gonna be hard, but they had put an answering machine in the attic for me. And so I was bathing in a hotel in Pensacola, Florida. And the way I used to bathe was, I used to go to hotels that had those bathroom doors that went floor to ceiling. I would go to real fancy, like Ritz-Carltons and stuff like that, because they had linen towels wrapped up in a basket. And I would take a bunch of them and run hot water on them, and I'd take them in the stall and shut the door, and I'd take my bag and I'd soap up. Then I would wait till the coast was clear, and I'd run out and get a bunch of more rags and soak them up and come out and wipe it off. Then I stand there and dry, put my clothes back on. That's how I bathed every other day, man. And so I was in there one time, and they had a convention in town. And when I got all the stuff, I soaped up. This convention let out, and men was just coming in the bathroom, and I couldn't go out. So I couldn't get the soap off. So I let the toilet seat down, and I'm sitting there, man. I just started crying. I said, man, I can't take this no more. I'm finna quit. I'm gonna go call my daddy, just ask him, can I come home, man? I can't do this no more. So before I called him, I called the answer machine, and I got a message. And it said, Steve Harvey, this is Chuck Sutton from Showtime at the Apollo. We saw a tape of you. If you would come to New York Sunday night, this was a Thursday, come to Sunday night, we're gonna put you on TV, Showtime at the Apollo. Put me on TV, that was my dream. But I had a problem. I had $25, and I couldn't get to New York. How was I gonna get to New York with $25? So I said, man, I went back in my car, and I'm crying again. I said, man, God, I finally get a shot to get on TV, and then I can't even go. I said, how could you do this to me? You know, I'm 30-something now, man. I've been waiting my whole life, and you get me here? So I said, man, let me call this machine back and just see if he said this Sunday. And I called it back, and it said, Steve, this is Chuck Sutton from Showtime at the Apollo. We saw a tape. We have an opening for you Sunday. If you could get here, give me a call, let me know. We'd love to put you on TV. I said, so I got ready to hang up, and I heard, boop, you have another message. And I punched in the code, and the message says, Steve Harvey, this is Tom Sobel from the Comedy Caravan. I don't know where you are now, but I have a gig available for you in Jacksonville, Florida, to pay you $150 Friday night. If you can make the gig, let me know. I'm in Pensacola. So I called Tom Sobel. He sends me to this gig to make $150. I go the next night, I make the $150, but I was so funny, the club owner said, if you stay the next night, I'll pay you another $150. I got $300. I called Chuck Sutton back at the Apollo and said, hey man, I just got this message. If you still got room for me in New York, I'll do it. He said, yeah, come on. So I went to Eastern Airlines, bought a round trip ticket for $99 from Jacksonville, Florida to New York, performed on Showtime at the Apollo, wrote the joke that made me famous. Mike Tyson hit this fighter, Mitch Green, in the eye, and his eye started talking. And I wrote that on the way to New York. Got a standing ovation on the Apollo. I have been on television ever since that night right there.
I put strawberry and grape jelly on mine.
I ain't need all that. I ain't need all that.
It's because you was simple.
Okay, hold on.
This man go to Subway and get the naked sandwich.
Never.
How is it, Big Martin? You said F Popeyes?
Boy. It's good. But ain't got nothing on Popeyes though. Ain't got nothing on Popeyes.
Okay, get my reaction. Get the king reaction.
Oh, we got the jelly on there.
Grape and strawberry. Grape and strawberry.
I mean, it's good, but like I'll buy it, but it's not fucking with Popeyes though.
I kind of like the sausage better,
I think I like this better,
but it's good though.
but it's like yeah, like it's good.
I think I just like the original one better, and then got that little spiciness. I don't really like hot stuff. But yeah, I still give it like a 7. I give it like a
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it a 7.
Alright guys, that's enough of that. Did you carve your name in my mama's table?
Probably.
And he put the dot. Scrapping. God damn, it's only like 10 o'clock this morning. He really didn't even do nothing. The lady hit him first. I feel like he shouldn't even got arrested. He did here. He didn't do nothing. She hit him. That's the crazy part. He in cuffs.
Horton hears domestic violence in the next apartment and doesn't call 911.
You think it's easy working all day?
No.
You think I like it?
I don't think it's easy, but yes, I do think you like it.
No, I like being away from you because I can't stand looking at you. Yeah. Yeah, you think I want to do that? You think I want to hurt you?
Not in front of me.
I don't want to hurt you.
I'm sure there's two sides to this.